The Granite Maul, despite its examine option saying simplicity is the best weapon, is actually one of the most technical weapons in all of RuneScape. And the meta is dominated by it. Everybody eats like you use a gmaul, even if you don't, so it's best to use it to its full potential. In this video, I want to go over gmaul instas, preloads, step in, and tick dancing. There'll be timestamps in the description if you want to skip to a specific part, and hopefully this helps someone. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing we need to talk about is ping when it comes to insta-specking. A lot of people don't understand that ping completely affects your timing on insta-specking, and a lot of people with high ping don't understand why they're switching at the same time as their favorite streamer on 50 ping cannot one-tick insta, and they get stressed and they just stop. So basically, ping affects your switches completely. So the higher the ping, you have to switch earlier to make up for the delay. So I'm going to show you how to check your ping. Everyone can do this. So the first thing you need to do is open up command prompt by typing in CMD, or command prompt however you would, and we need to check our ping for the RuneScape servers. So I'm going to do world 19 because that's currently the bounty hunter world. So all you have to do is type in ping space oldschool19.runescape.com and press enter, and this is going to tell me my current ping to world 19. So 176 is the average ping. So then when Bounty Hunter changes to world 18, look at this difference. So we're going to go world 18. So let's ping oldschool18.runescape.com. Look at this current ping now. Hello, enter. Hold on. Why are you not working? There we go, enter. That was awkward. So the current ping right now for me is 19. So 176 to world 319 by Hunter. Then we're going to 19 ping in 318 by Hunter. Now that's going to affect your switches and your instas badly. So if you're learning how to do an insta on world 319, for example, and then in a week and a bit when it goes to 318 again, you're going to be like, why can't I one tick? Why am I broken? So understanding ping and basically switching dependent on your ping per world is very important. Now this is the first step on learning how to insta. Check your ping. Okay, so I'm in the DeLorean on my ult, and I want to show you the core principle of the insta. Basically, the old way to do it would be attack the player and then double spec, right? But the insta basically means double click spec, then hit the player. So you're using both Granite Maul specs, but not the Granite Maul hit, which frees you up for another attack. So I want to show you basically double click spec, click player. Off you go. So if you use both specs, but you get a third hit straight away. That's the principle of the insta. Okay, I should start by saying this video isn't a one-tick guide. You should know how to one-tick before watching this video. If you don't, there's a lot of YouTube videos you can learn very easily from there. Okay, so moving on. So the old way to do MSB Gmaul was MSB into Gmaul into double spec. Now that's still kind of potent, but the insta is significantly better. Especially when you start throwing Elder Mauls and Godsword Wax into it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hit him with an MSB, we're going to click Gmaul, we're going to click 2 spec straight away, and we're going to hit him. So it's going to be a 1-tick Gmaul into a double spec. Here we go, let's try it. So we've got MSB, one more time, double spec into him, there you go. See, so straight away, after the MSB, we Gmauled him twice, freeing us up for another third attack. So I did 3 Gmauls there just to show you how, but we'll move on. Okay, so immediately only, we're going to use a Dragon Scimitar. It's the exact same principle. We're going to hit with a D-Sim, and then when it's the perfect time, we're going to click Gmaul, click spec twice, and then click him. Let's try now. So we're going to do D-Sim, D-Sim, one more, and then we're going to do an insta. Click twice, hit him. It's that simple. Okay, we're going to try another weapon. This is a little bit different. It's Rune Knives. Because Rune Knives don't have a spec bar, it's going to be a little bit harder to get the insta off, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm not going to use a fire kit, but don't know why I brought this. This is the basic tutorial. So in Knives, they have a very fast attack speed, so it's kind of easy. It's a lot easier than people think. We're going to wait until you throw the knife, then we're going to click the Gmaul, click him, and then double click spec. So there's an extra step here, but you can get a lot of movement in, which I can show you probably a little bit later in the video. But right now, we're going to hit him with the knife, click Gmaul, click spec twice, and then click him. So the second the knife throws, we click the Maul, click him, click spec. I'll show you now. So I'll do like 3 to show you. See, we do it now. We do it now. So we're going to do it. Ready? 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 There you go. It's that simple. The problem is with knives, you can't one-tick it. It's not happening. You don't have a spec bar. However, with movement, which I'll show you a bit later in the video, you can make it look more like a one-tick. It's still not, though, but it disguises a little bit. So yeah, knives are always fun to play with. I like throwing knives in. I really do enjoy knives. Okay, got a video clip here using knives combo in the wilderness. I want to show you what I do for the movement. Basically, every knife I throw, I'm going to be clicking a square, a different square, and then clicking the player. Click a different square, click the player. If we do this left to right or or up and down, left to right, whatever, it's going to gain momentum and it's going to help with a switch, and it's also going to make a slingshot and it's going to look really nice. So once we've gathered enough momentum by clicking the floor, clicking the player, clicking the floor, clicking the player, we're going to click the fire cape as well as the gmaul, click the spec like we did in double winner, click the player, that's going to insta spec but from quite a far away from the momentum we've just gathered. Then we just click the elder maul and finish him off with that. Let's have a look at the rest of this. So there's the switch, waiting for it now because there's no spec bar. There it is. I've clicked the gmaul, I've clicked the player, we're about to lift off. The gmaul spec's gone off. All we've got to do left is the elder maul for the kill. There we go. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Practice this combo because it's one of my favorites. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to introduce a third weapon. For my two-hander switch, it's going to be a mithril two-hander. This is representing any other two-hander you'd use stronger than a Granite Maul. So let's say a God Sword Whack or an Elder Maul. Or maybe if you Gmaul, you're having fun, Rune 2H. Hey, I won't judge. I won't judge. But okay, so basically what we're going to do, we're going to do MSB into Gmaul. We're going to click two specs again instantly, click the player, into the Myth 2H, or any other 2H, sorry, and then click that extra weapon, and then the person. So once again, MSB, double Gmaul specs into your swipe weapon. So I'm going to show you that now. So you're going to do MSB, let's time this correctly, double Gmaul, two-hander weapon. So if that was, like, say, in a real fight, I would hit ridiculous numbers. A clip here showing you another type of insta. This insta you're going to stack with the arrow. Now this is very PID heavy reliant, which means you have to have PID. So when you hear the PKs go, meh, no PID, meh, 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 this is why. Now this is one of the most powerful instas you can do, but it relies on having PID. And I couldn't get PID in Duel Arena for some reason for like 10 minutes, so I'm just going to show you the clip, okay? Just going to show you the clip. So when the arrow leaves the MSB, the second the arrow leaves, you're going to switch to Gmaul, double click spec, and click them. Just like the normal insta, but much quicker. Now, let me show you the clip. There you go, let's start the clip. So the second the arrow leaves, if it's your PID, click the Gmaul and look at this. I'm gonna click press enter and then it's gonna be crazy. Look at this. Look how quick that is. Now the problem with this is the two-hander has a short delay, but this catches out so many pures. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. Now if that happens, you're not surviving. Now let's watch it again without pausing. Look how quick this is. Look. Here we go. And you're not living that. You're just not living that. That is crazy. Ridiculous. And finally, one more clip showing off again. Just literally the second you fire arrow, pull a Gmaul, bang. You're not living that. That is ridiculous. Again, very PID reliant. Okay, now we're going to come back to the ping conversation we were having before. I've now switched to World 18 from being on World 19. And it is ridiculous because I'm used to the switches on 200 ping at the moment because Bionhunter is World 19. Now in World 18 with, what was it, 30 ping before? I cannot switch to save my life. Basically, in World 19, I'd be switching now. I'd be switching now. I'd be switching now. But now I'm in World 18, look what happens, let me eat on the ult, look what happens when I try and switch when I'm used to. Okay, look. So we'll move, let's say move here. So, hold on. Look how ridiculous that is. So, it's paramount. I don't even know what that word means, but it's paramount that you know your ping and learn to switch based on your ping, okay? This is why rant mode the world switching is kind of annoying because you'll never get used to it and have to change every fucking 2 weeks. Good job, Jack. I don't know why you made that fucking West Coast, but anyways, the point is, understand when to switch on your ping because you look like a fool if you can't. The Gmaul preload has been out a while, and a lot of risk fighters use it, but it's only come into the noob's eye like PvP and Bionhunter recently, including me, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So basically, for some reason the Gmaul remembers its spec state. So basically, what I mean by that is when you double click Gmaul and then click a two-hander, the Gmaul will remember you've clicked spec for about 3 seconds, meaning all you have to do is click the Gmaul and it will spec on its own. That is ridiculous, right? So let me show you how it works. So essentially, you're going to hit with your normal weapon, and then double Gmaul spec. Don't click the player though. Switch to your two-hander, like your Obby Maul and your Gmaul. Thank you very much for that Discord ruining the clip. And it'll go off on its own. Let's have a quick look. So you're going to do your primary weapon, double Gmaul, 2 specs, two-hander into the Gmaul. That is kind of crazy, right? That is kind of crazy. Now, I don't use the preload very often because I can't one-tick the Gmaul preload, and a lot of players can't. So we do pot tricks. Now, basically, all you have to do is pot trick the Gmaul preload so they only see the two-hander. Very powerful. Let's see how it works. So when I want a Gmaul, I'm going to pot trick the preload into the two-hander, into the Gmaul. So doing the pot trick, they'll never see the Gmaul preload, making it very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay, the next one is step in. Basically, with a step in gmaul, all it means is when you're about to gmaul, step in and then insta. This basically allows it to stack a lot better with the arrow, and it catches people off guard as well, and it's incredibly overpowered. Let's have a quick look how that works. So when we're ready to gmaul, all we're going to do is step in and then insta spec. Let's have a look. Let's try that now. Step in, insta. See how powerful that was? It's absolutely ridiculous. If you get this down in PvP, you will splatter people. And all it is simply one extra click. Very, very powerful. Okay, here's a clip of the step in action. When I'm about to spec, all I do is step in, gmaul. That is crazy. Just the stacks from this combo is mad. And here's a clip using Elder Maul at the end to finish. So we step back, and then we step in, gmaul, Elder Maul. I mean, if that happens, honestly, it doesn't matter how good of a PK you are, you're pretty much dead. Okay, the very last thing I want to do in this video is show you very simple tick dancing. For me, my favorite one is the one square movement. It doesn't annoy your target that much, but it gives you a benefit. Okay, so from this position, you can get one tick AGS, right? But from this position, you can't get one tick AGS. So what I like to do is always go back and forth in a fight, because A, it's going to save your life if you're standing in this position and they're coming for your spec. B, you don't know when you're going to spec either, so it looks cool. C, no, it looks cool, to be honest. So bye. Can't really glamify C, it looks cool. But basically for this one, every arrow you fire, you're going to move back and then forward, back and then forward. And then when you're ready to gmaul, gmaul from this position and you're good to go. Let me show you how it works. So we're going to fire one arrow, back, forward. Fire one arrow, back, forward. Arrow, back, forward. So keep doing it. This is going to save your life, I promise. And when you gmaul from here, look how nice that looks. It's very, very smooth. Very, very smooth. So you're always trying to stay out of tick distance, as well as get a little bit of dancing going. Now, this is the very basic principle of tick dancing. Okay, you can get some crazy stuff, but I want to do a separate video on that. I would definitely practice this sort of thing. It's going to save your life one day, probably. I'm going to clip of this tick dancing action. Let's have a quick look. So we're going to move back into the forward, into the gmaul, into the elder. And it doesn't matter how good of a PK you are. If that happens, you're dead. Gmaul's so broken. And that's all I've got for you this video, guys. If there's anything you want to know about PKing and you want me to do a video on it, make sure you let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you fucking subscribe. I nearly said follow again. Damn Twitch. See you later, guys. Bye-bye now.